you have a very active mind or a very busy mind, that actually hinders you to really listen to what a friend is telling you, and at the end, later on, you'll find you haven't really heard what they said, or it's actually really hard to focus on the things that you want to focus because your mind is going blah, 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 blah. Or meditation is something you find almost undoable. If that's you, this video is for you. I will give you the 4 steps that you need to do to calm down, to come back to your inner peace. And at the end, I'll give you also the reason why your mind is likely to tend to do this busyness. Okay, hey, if you're new to my channel, I am Carolina Cummins. I am a self-love mentor, and I'm here to help you to empower yourself to come back to your true self. And one of the most important tools to get there is to be able to become the master over your mind. So if your mind is very, very busy and it stops you from doing certain things that you want to do, then the mind is your master. The mind is in control, right? Now, do you want that? Probably not. And so the first step is, instead of fighting the thoughts and wishing them away and complaining about them and maybe shouting at your mind or something that you might do to fight the thoughts. So that would mean you're trying to control the mind in the same way the mind is controlling you, in a way, with thought, with action, with doing. Okay, so become aware of that and stop doing that. So first of all, become aware and present that you're having a lot of thoughts and allow them to be there instead of fighting them. So just sit down, relax, no more fighting, come into that allowing space. Just allow whatever is present to be present. That's step 1. Allow to be what is present. And then step 2, you are focusing on your breathing. So just put your attention to your natural breathing in, breathing out. Nothing to do, nothing to change. Just observe the breathing. So now your focus is on the breathing. And immediately and instantaneously and naturally, you are no longer hearing all those thoughts that the mind is telling you. Because you cannot be focusing on 2 things, The mind can only focus on one thing, really, if it's to do with mental activity. So now you're focusing your mind on your breathing. And when you do that, you will find that you're calming down naturally. And by the way, I really encourage you to do this right away after this video, because usually we never implement what we're learning. So focus on your breathing, be present with it, observe it, and let it slow you down. This is very important for second step. So now you're realizing that you are actually becoming calmer and you're entering into a different space. This might take a little practice to actually get to that calm space, but you are noticing it more and more the more you do it naturally. So being in that calm space is already moving you out of your mind. You are now pulled out of, it is really around the realm of the mind. You're pulled out of the realm of the mind where your focus was, where it's always very, very busy. It's never quiet there. The mind is always busy and in action. And now and then you have noticed, you stop that, the focus, you stop the focusing on the thoughts and trying to change them. You are breathing, you are focusing on your breathing, and then you're entering into the calm state. And in that calm state, you are actually back in control. Now you're back with your consciousness, your true self. Your true self is always centered in stillness. It doesn't do anything. It's just a being awareness. It's just being aware. That's your true state. And this is where you find the calm and the peace. So it is kind of a very easy process, really, isn't it? But depending on how long you have been acting and living your life from your mind, the longer it will take to come back to that calm inner peace. But if you were starting now, you get there in much quicker, obviously. So why do you want to hang out more in your mind and becoming more agitated and more busy and distracted and not able to focus on what you actually want to focus? So if you want to take back your power and empower yourself, the first step is to be able to calm down your mind. And the reason why the mind is so active is because you haven't done this exercise, is because you have a lot of subconscious and unconscious unresolved emotions and events in your subconscious mind that you haven't looked at, but you have suppressed them. You have tried to avoid them, push them down, because you thought that's best. But you can't push an energy down because the energy is always still present. If you push it further down, it's just becoming more and more unconscious, but it's still running its course. So it's like an unconscious software that you're just no longer aware of now. So the reason why you have a busy mind is because you haven't actually looked after yourself in the most natural way, which is to be present with whatever is and to allow whatever is there to be present. And instead you try to control what comes up. You try to manipulate it or avoid it. And that is the action of the ego mind. It doesn't want it. It doesn't want it. It's too much. It hurts or it's not pleasant. And it says, I don't want it. But your true self, your infinite love that you are, is able to allow anything and deal with whatever there is. Nothing is too much. And this is the most important thing to get here. It seems like you can't cope with it, but that's only the ego mind. Because it keeps on telling you that, and it hasn't got the capacity to love anything, no matter what. But your true self, the essence, the infinite peace and the infinite all-loving, love that you are, is able to meet anything that's present, even the worst experience. So to empower yourself, this is really the very first step and the very first process to master. Be present, allow what is there, don't push anything away, embrace whatever comes, and love no matter what. Love what life brings you, because it's all there for a reason. Every little bit that comes up in your life is there for you to look at. It's there for you to process and deal with and embrace, love and transmute. And just by being present of a emotion or a negative belief, it comes up higher, and therefore it's not in the subconscious realm anymore. And anything that you are conscious of can be resolved, because now it's in the air, it's visible, it cannot hide anymore, and it cannot run you from the darkness of the subconscious mind. If that makes sense, please give me a like. If you want to hear more tips on how to empower and love yourself, please subscribe to my channel, click the bell icon, and I'm really looking forward to creating more content for you. And if you have a specific issue or challenge you'd like me to talk about, please comment, let me know, and I will make a video about that. Have a beautiful day. Until next time.